Hello everyone, welcome to Conf42. My name is Sarathe. I'm a senior DevOps consultant with over 15 years of experience in IT industry. My areas of expertise include CI/CD automation, infrastructure as code, cloud native solutions, and more recently, governance and security within DevOps workflows. What I'm especially passionate about is helping teams build pipelines that are not just fast and automated, but also secure and compliant from the start. Today, security can no longer be something we bolt on at the end of development. It's no longer enough to have a manual reviews, static checklist, or gates that delay delivery. As our infrastructure applications and operations move faster, powered by automation, cloud native technologies, and DevOps, security must move just as fast. This is where security as code comes in. Security as code means we embed security principle and control directly into the code, pipelines, and infrastructure we deploy. It's about automating trust. It's about treating security not as an obstacle, but as an integrated, continuous, and a measurable part of the way we build and run technology. Today, I'm going to walk you through why security of code is essential, how we transform risk management into proactive discipline, and how organizations that embrace it not only safer, they are faster, more resilient, and better prepared for the future. Today's rapidly evolving software landscapes, security can no longer be an afterthought. Security as a code is revolutionizing how we approach software security by embedding it directly into the continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines. Instead of treating security as a post development task, security as a code automates checks for the security within every phase of the development lifecycle, ensuring vulnerabilities are detected and addressed in real time. This integration not only ensures consistent, scalable security practices across all stages of development, but only accelerates involve innovation by eliminating traditional security bottlenecks. With security as code, teams can focus on building features while maintaining a robust security posture, all without slowing down the deployment process. The true power of security as a code lies in its ability to offer a real time visibility into a system's security posture, enabling teams to proactively address risk before they escalate. By scaling security alongside applications, security as a code ensures that growing system can remain secure and resilient. In a world where speed and agility are paramount, security as a code isn't just a best practice, it's an essential enabler of fast, secure, and efficient software delivery. As we move forward, integrating security into our deployment pipelines isn't just a choice, it's the future of a secure software delivery. So, what is the challenges that we have? The challenges is the speed versus security. In today's fast-paced software development world, speed is crucial. Businesses demand quicker delivery cycles to stay competitive, and teams are under constant pressure to release software faster than ever before. However, this urgency often comes at a cost: security. Traditional security approaches, typically implemented as an afterthought and at the end of development process, create significant bottleneck that disrupts the flow of development and slow down the release cycles. Worse still, relying on manual and inconsistent security practices can lead to serious vulnerabilities slipping through the cracks and reaching production environments. This compromises both the speed of a development and the safety of the product. The challenge then is finding a balance between the rapid delivery and a robust security, ensuring that innovation does not come at an expense of safeguarding against the risk. What is the impact of the security of the code? Organizations that successfully integrate security of a code into their development practices are seeing remarkable results. In fact, studies show that significant percentage of organizations that mature DevSecOps programs have automated security frameworks directly embedded into their CI/CD pipelines. This not only enhances the security but also leads to a faster remediation of critical vulnerabilities. Compared to the traditional security approaches, security as a code drastically reduces the time it takes to address an issue, enabling teams to fix vulnerabilities before they escalate into the bigger problems. Beyond quicker remediation, security as a code significantly improves the overall security posture of an enterprise. Those with a mature security as a code practices report far fewer security incidents and enhance compliance outcomes, reducing risk across the board. Additionally, by integrating the security seamlessly into the development process, organizations can accelerate delivery without compromising the security standards. Teams are able to deploy more frequently, keeping up the demand for a rapid release while maintaining a high level of safety. So, what's the theoretical foundation of security of code? At the heart of security as a code lies a foundation built on automation, consistency, and an early integration. One of the core principles of security as a code is continuous feedback. Automated security scans that provide developers with the immediate actionable insights. This approach ensures that security is continuously monitored and vulnerabilities are caught before they can even become issues. Additionally, security controls are treated as a first class artifacts, meaning they are codified, version controlled, and subject to peer review and rigorous testing, just like any other piece of code. A key tenet of security as a code is a shift left principle, which moves security integration earlier in the development lifecycle. By addressing security from the beginning, organizations can avoid costly and time consuming remediation later in the process. Another foundational element is immutability. Security controls are defined once and deployed consistently across all environments, ensuring a uniform security posture. This is similar to the principle of infrastructure as a code, where automated version control methodologies are applied to a security, allowing for a greater consistency and reliability. Researchers show that organizations embracing the immutable security controls experience 94% fewer security misconfiguration across environments and reduce compliance verification efforts by as much as 78%. This data underscores how security as a code can significantly improve security posture while reducing optional complexity. What is the economics of a shiftless security? Let's talk about that. The financial impact of integrating security early in the development process is undeniable. Research reveals that vulnerabilities detected during the design phase cost an average of just approximately $25 to remediate. In contrast, this cost skyrockets to over $5,000 during the testing and over approximately $15,000 during the implementation, and a staggering cost of $75,000 approximately during the production. This creates a dramatic $3,000 fold, 3,000 times fold differences in the remediation cost between the earliest and the latest stages of detection. This stark contrast illustrates why adopting shift left security, embedding the security controls early in the development lifecycle, makes not only technical sense but also financial sense. By identifying and addressing the security issues during the design phase, organizations can avoid escalating costs, reduce the risk of breaches, and ultimately save significant resources. This financial case reinforced the importance of prioritizing security for our outset, making it a critical component of a cost effective, efficient development strategy. Now, let's talk about the implementation in the Jenkins pipeline. Implementing a security as a code in the Jenkins pipelines involves several key integrations that helps automate and enforce security throughout the development lifecycle. First, security scanning integration plays a crucial role. By integrating static application security, software composition analysis, dynamic application security testing, and container scanning stages into your Jenkins pipeline using a declarative syntax, security scans are automatically triggered with every build, ensuring vulnerabilities are identified early. And next, the policy as a code implementation allows the teams to define security vulnerabilities in the declarative languages. These policies verify configuration and enforce compliances automatically, ensuring that security standards are consistently applied across all the environments. The secret management is also critical. By implementing a secure credential storage and a retrieval mechanism, teams can prevent exposure of a sensitive information, ensuring that credentials are securely handled throughout the pipeline. Finally, compliance verification is integrated by defining compliance rules as a code, which are then validated during the pipeline execution. This ensures that every artifact passing through the pipeline is compliant with the necessary regulatory and the security standards, offering a real time feedback to the developers and mitigating the compliances risk. So, what's the security scanning benefits? The security scanning benefits integrating security scanning tools into the Jenkins pipeline can dramatically enhance an organization's security posture. Research shows that organizations leveraging these tools identify vulnerabilities 17 times faster than those relying on a periodic manual security reviews. This speed is crucial, especially as a gap between the vulnerability discovery and the active exploitation continues to shrink in today's rapidly evolving threat landscape. By incorporating automated scans, vulnerabilities can be detected and remediated much easier and much earlier, significantly reducing the risk of breaches. The comprehensive coverage is another major benefit. By utilizing a combination of a scanning approaches, organization gains robust protection against a wide range of threat vectors. Static application security testing tool identify an average of 26 potential vulnerabilities per thousand lines of code, offering a deep insight into the code quality and the security flaws. Software composition analysis scanners focus on evaluating third party dependencies, which make up around 80% of modern application code, ensuring that known vulnerabilities in these components are flagged before they cause harm. Lastly, the container scanning has proven to be highly effective in preventing 60% of the security incidents that stem from deploying unscanned or insecure container images. This comprehensive approach ensures that security is embedded throughout the development pipeline, providing defense against a wide variety of risks. So, what's the organizational transformation on these? The shift of a security as a code doesn't just impact the technology, it drives the organizational transformation as well. One of the most significant changes is the breakdown of silos between security and the development teams. Studies shows that 78% or 79% of organization report significantly improved collaborations between these teams, resulting in a faster delivery of a secure applications. This collaboration is essential for ensuring that security is integrated seamlessly into every stage of the development cycle, reducing the friction and the accelerating time to the market. Another critical shift is in the security role it's evolution. Security professionals are transitioning from being gatekeepers to enablers as an automation and a security scanning take over manual reviews. Security teams spend around 62% less time on the manual task and are able to focus 48% of more strategic architecture planning. This allows them to focus on a proactive security measures, aligning securities with the business goals. In tandem, developers are gaining ownership of the security. With the right tooling and training, developers are now solving 77% of security issues on their own without needing to involve a security team. This shift of culture empowers developers to take responsibility for security early in the development cycle. Finally, organizations are seeing improved metrics with over 75% of reduction in the meantime to remediate the vulnerabilities, significantly shrinking the windows of exposure to the potential threats. So, what are the challenges on the implementation on these? While security as a code offers numerous benefits, its implementation is not without challenges. Technical complexity is one of the most significant hurdles. Research shows that 78% of organizations face substantial technical obstacles in their DevSecOps journey, with the complexity of tool integration being the primary challenge. A key issue is that only 36% of security tools offer robust API capabilities sustainable or suitable for the seamless integration into the CI/CD pipelines, making it difficult to automate security checks effectively and consistently. Another critical challenge in the skill gap, a striking 82% of organizations cite talent shortages as a major obstacle. Effective security as a code implementation requires an expertise in the development, security, and the automation, a skill set that is often difficult to find in the traditional roles. Without the right talent, organization struggles to implement and maintain the security as a code practices effectively. For companies in the highly regulated industries, government requirements present another big challenge. 67% of these organizations reports extended timelines for security as a code implementation during to compliance concerns. Auditors unfamiliar with the audited or automated security controls often face difficulties in understanding and validating these controls, which can slow down the adoption process. Lastly, cultural resistance is common. 71% of security professionals initially worried that automation will diminish their role, while 68% of developers resist adding extra pipeline steps, fearing that it may slow down the delivery. Overcoming these cultural barriers is crucial for a successful implementation of security as a code. So let's talk about the adoption journey. The journey of a security of a code unfolds in several distinct phases, each with its own set of challenges and opportunities. During the resistance phase, the first 90 days, team often questions the business value of security as a code, raise concern about the technical complexity and the fear that will be slowing down the delivery cycles by up to 23%. In fact, 84% of organization reports facing initial pushback. This phase is crucial for addressing concerns, demonstrating the value of security as a code, and aligning the stakeholders. In an experimental phase, about 90 to 180 days, teams begin to implement the targeted pilots, integrating 2 to 3 baseline security tools. These early efforts often result in 41% of detection rate of vulnerabilities with minimal disruption and existing pipeline. This stage is focused on testing, learning, and refining the security process before broader implementation. By the acceleration phase, around 180 to 365 days, security as a code adoption expands significantly with 65% of development teams implementing compressive and comprehensive security control, including the SAST, DAST, and SCA tools. This results in a 57% of reduction in the critical vulnerabilities, showcasing the power of security as a code in a significantly improving security while maintaining the development velocity. Finally, in the optimization phase that is beyond the 365 days mark, team focus on streamlining the process and reducing the inefficiency. False positives dropped by 63% and the organization established a metrics driven governance that shows a 79% of improvement in overall security posture. High performing organizations accelerate their journey through three key strategies. First, by establishing the dedicated center of excellence, which is 71% of successful organizations implement. The second one, by investing in the robust developer security training, averaging around 32 hours annually per developer. And the third, by creating an incentive programs that reward secure coding practices with measurable results. So, what's the future of security as a code? Looking ahead, security as a code is poised to evolve beyond its current practices, driving even greater security automation and the resilience. Today, security as a code implementation focus on foundational practices like a basic scanning integration, policy enforcement, and the security management within the CI/CD pipelines. These foundational practices ensure that security is embedded early and continuously throughout the development lifecycle, providing essential safeguard of the applications. As we move forward, the evolution of a security as code will introduce more advanced practices such as a security chaos engineering and a continuous verification. In this generation, security controls will undergo regular testing through simulated attack within the pipeline, allowing teams to assess and effectiveness of the security measures in the real time. This dynamic, proactive approach will ensure that security is continuously validated and reinforced as a part of development cycle, not just a point of a deployment. Looking even further into the future, AI driven security automation will transform a landscape. Emerging technologies will enable predictive vulnerability detection, offering an early warnings before the vulnerabilities even emerge, as well as automated remediation suggestions that allows the team to quickly address potential risk. Content Context aware security policies will be enforced across the entire development lifecycle, ensuring that security measures evolve drastically, and dynamically with the changing needs of an application and the threat landscape. As deployment environments grow increasingly complex and the threat landscape evolves, the automation consistency and the scalability offered by the security as a code will become indispensable for organizations. This capability will enable teams to maintain both security and the agility, ensuring that software delivery remains fast, reliable, and safe ever changing digital world. That should be all for now. Thank you.